Welcome back, friends. So we are back to the next part of the application of application number 52 of our syllabus, and we have already performed the first part of that application. So if you remember, we have performed insert operation, and we have also checked that our records are inserted properly to the table. Okay, so let's have a look at the definition. See, this definition says that when the submit button is selected, all the details should be saved in the database. Okay, this part is done. Also provide a layout to perform the following operations: update the marks or grade, search the students on basis of his marks or grade. So these two things are remaining. So first of all, we should think that is another layout required for that two operations. Okay, I think for update operation, we can have the same layout which we have used for inserting the record. So if client wants to update a record, only his grades, here it is asked that update the marks or grade. So roll number, that is enrollment number, and name are not supposed to be updated. Only the grades or marks of a particular student should be updated. So we can use the same layout which we have used while inserting the record to update the record. For updating, we will ask client that which record he want to update. That is, we will ask that which enrollment number he wants to update the record. Okay, because enrollment number are unique fields. So we will ask student or the client that enter the enrollment number to update the record. And for capturing enrollment number from client, we will use a dialog box, custom dialog box, in which we will present the client with a edit view in which he can enter the enrollment number, and clicking on submit, the record will be searched from the database, and if that record is available, we will show that record in the layout. In that layout, when the record is shown, enrollment number and name fields will be disabled. So client can only look at that fields, and the remaining spinners will be enabled to change the marks. Okay, in this manner we will perform the update operation. So let's start. So this is our application which we have performed in the previous video, and we have also checked the output of this video application. It is working fine. Now yes, we will present client with a layout. Okay, that is a dialog box. For that we will define a layout here. Okay, new layout for the dialog box. New layout. We will name it as for underscore update. Okay, root element we will set it as linear layout. Okay, then inside this layout we will put only one edit text. Only one edit text. It is taking some time. Edit text, wrap content, also here wrap content. Okay, we also need to give the ID here. Okay, txt enrollment. Okay, then text size 25 dp, then text color blue, then margin 20 dp. Okay, and hint enter enrollment number. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, now this layout will appear in the dialog box. Okay, so our dialog box should be appeared when client selects to update the record. So for that we need to give option to the client for update and search. For that we will define a menu. Okay, options menu, new menu resource file for update search. Okay, and in this menu resource we will put two items, menu update, and title will be update grades. Okay, or grade, and the next menu item will be menu search, title will be search record. Okay, now this menu will be shown from our activity, that is activity 7. In this activity, sorry, it is activity 6, I think. Yeah, 6. Okay, so in our activity class we will override the method on create options menu. Okay, and from this method we will pop up the menu that we have just defined. Okay, we will return true from here, and we will use menu inflator by the method get menu inflator dot inflate. Okay, first argument is the ID of the menu to be passed, r.menu dot for update search that we have just defined, and second argument is the parent menu. Okay, now whenever client selects any of the menu item, okay, at that time on options item selected method is called. So here in this method we will return true. Okay, we will check which menu item client has clicked. If item dot get item id equal to r dot id dot menu update. Okay, see whether client has selected to update or search. In both the cases we will ask client to enter the enrollment number. So it is not necessary here to check which item is selected for displaying the dialog box, because in both the cases we will display the dialog box. Okay, so let's first of all build a dialog. Okay, alert dialog dot builder is equal to new alert dialog dot builder main 6 activity dot this. Okay, yeah, then we need a layout inflator in order to inflate our view, which we have just defined. Okay, layout inflator is equal to layout inflator dot from get application context. Okay, then we will define a view to inflate or to store the inflated view. Okay, inflator dot inflate r dot layout dot, which is the layout that we have defined for update. Okay, for update, let us see. Yeah, for update. Okay, and the second argument is null. Okay, parent. Okay, now this view will be set on the builder as a view. Fine, and we also need to set this view as final. Now this view is set as a view on the builder, we will show the builder. Okay, but before that we need to also handle the action. For that we will put a positive button on our dialog box. That positive button we will caption it as submit and new dialog interface dot on click listener. Yeah, now here in this method, okay, in this method we need to identify on click. Okay, this method will be called when client clicks on the submit button in our custom dialog box. Now when our client clicks on the submit button, there are two cases. Either client has selected search menu or update menu. Okay, so before performing anything else, we need to check here that which option was selected by the client. If it was update selected, then we need to perform updation, and if it was search selected, then we need to perform search operation. Okay, so let us check here that which menu item client has selected. Here, so we will check if item dot get item ID, but item ID would not be accessible here because it is not final. Okay, it is not final, so we will do one thing: string or integer id is equal to item dot get item ID. We will store that ID in a final member. Okay, now here we will compare it with the available IDs. Okay, ID equal to r dot id dot menu update. If update was selected, then what? If update was selected, then we need to search that record, and if that record is searched, we need to show that record in the current layout. Okay, get item ID. If ID equal to menu update, then we will define a method here, public void search fill record. Okay, we will call a method fill record, and there we will pass something. Okay, we will call the method fill record. In this method we will search for that enrollment number, and if that record is available, we will view that record in the layout. So here, before calling the fill record, we need to know which enrollment number client has entered. So here we will take an edit text. Okay, edit text is equal to edit text which was available in the custom dialog box, v dot find view by id. Okay, v is taken as final, so it is accessible. id dot txt enrollment. Okay, now that enrollment number, it is we have defined it as string in our table. So string enrollment is equal to edit text dot get text dot to string. Okay, now fill record, and we will pass argument enrollment. Okay, and here also enrollment is passed as string. Okay, now this enrollment, we need to identify which record has this enrollment number, or this enrollment number belongs to which student. For that we will go back to the helper class, and we will define a method here, public. Yeah, in this method we will search for that record having the enrollment number entered by the client, and if that record exists, then we will return that record in form of a cursor. Okay, yeah. Public cursor search to update. Such name we are giving to our method, and the argument is enrollment. Okay, now cursor should be imported. Okay, now in our method, to search a record query, we can do query. Okay, and for doing or performing a query, we need an object of SQLite database, and this object is we just need it for reading, so we will declare it as SQLite database, and we will retrieve it as get readable database. We just want to read, that's why. Now cursor c equal to db dot query. Okay, name of the table is the first argument to be passed. Second argument is which columns we need. We need all the columns. Then criteria, yes, that is important. Selection criteria. Column 1 is our selection. Okay, we need to concat there is equal to question mark. And what should be there in place of question mark? New string. We need to pass an array. Here our criteria is enrollment. Okay, so we are passing enrollment here. Then group by null, having null, and the sort by null. Okay, now we will check if no need to check, we will just return the C, that is cursor. Okay, it may happen that record is not found, then the cursor will be empty. Let it be. We will check in our activity whether cursor contains any record or not. So back to our activity here. First of all, we will call the method helper dot search to update, and we will pass argument which is received here, enrollment. Now if c dot get count equal to 0, then show message update grade, and the message is no such record exist. Okay, in the else part, we need to show the record in the views. Okay, so c dot move to first. Okay, and then one by one we need to capture all the things. Yeah, e number dot set text, c dot get string 0. Then what is the second edit view? Edit text name dot set text c dot get string 1. Then for grades, that is spinner dot set selection. We need to identify the selection here, so we need to select the item which was here. For that we need to check what is the grade and how, where, at which position that grade appears. So first of all we will retrieve the position of that grade from the array. For that purpose we will define a method public void public integer get grade position. Okay, and here we will pass that string which is grade. Okay, then we will check for our array is appearing here. Okay, array is here. For integer I equal to 0, I less than grades dot length I plus plus. If grades of I dot equals grade which is passed as argument. Okay, then return I plus 1, because in the spinner that item will be available at the next position, because in spinner the first item is select the grade. Okay, so we'll return I plus 1, and otherwise finally if the loop executes we will return -1, or we will return simply 0. Okay, so here G1 dot set selection, that is the position. Okay, set selection C dot get string at position 2. Similarly, C dot get string, yeah, we need to call the method that we have defined, get grade position, and there we will pass the argument get string and 2. Okay, in this manner we will perform for all the methods, all the spinners 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, here 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. All the grades will be shown here 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. Yeah, 8 columns, so it ends by 7. Okay, now as this record is shown here, okay, we should also disable the enrollment number and name dot set enable false, as well as name dot set enable false. Okay, now client will click on the submit button. Okay, so in submit method we have just insert the record, but now we need to check that whether client has selected submit or selected insert. Okay, so we will take one boolean or one string here, that operation equal to insert. Okay, and if client has clicked on the update option, okay, then we will make that operation is equal to update. Okay, before calling the method. So when client clicks on update, in our do submit method we will check first of all if operation dot equals insert. Okay, then this should be performed, that is the logic of insertion. Okay, else if the operation is update, then we need to update the record, and for updating the record we will define a method again in the helper class, public void do update, where we will pass the argument, all the arguments, string enrollment number, string name, then string grade 1, string grade 2, string grade 3, string grade 4, string grade 5, string grade 6. Okay, and now we want to make modification to our database. For that we need we will need a database object for writing get writable database. Okay, now a content value object. Okay, and in this object we will put all the values that we have put while inserting. We will just copy from here and paste here. Okay, but the names are different, E, then NM, G1, G2, etc. Okay, now db.update. db.update, first argument is the name of the table, second argument is our content values object, third argument is criteria. Yes, here we will mention column 1 concat is equal to question mark, and question mark should be replaced with a string array, that is our enrollment number, which is E. Okay, this method returns integer, that is number of records updated. So we will set it as a return value. Okay, we will send it to the activity. So do update will be called from our here. Okay, but before that we need to check whether grades are entered or not. Okay, so the same logic that we have used in the insertion, we will use the same logic. Please, students, update grades. Okay, and here do insert. In do insert we need these two things. Do update, sorry, that is if we need these things at both the places, we should put it over here. Okay, so E name and the method will be do update. Remaining things will be same. Students, update grades. Okay, and yeah, this message will be shown, but for that we need to store the return value of the update method, and we will check here if result is not equal to 0, then we will show the message grades updated successfully, else grades not updated. Okay, this much thing. Now as we have made the necessary changes and necessary code is implemented, let us check our application by re-executing it. But before that, let us also check the records which are available. Actually the records are already available. Let me open the DB browser. We should also do one thing. Once the record is successfully updated, we should clear all the edit views. Okay, and we will again set the insert as our operation. So here on click of the submit, yes, in the else part. Okay, what should we do? E, that is enrollment number dot set text. Sorry, not it is not E, it is E number. Okay, so E number dot set text empty nm dot set, sorry, it is not, it is name dot set text, again empty, then g1 dot set selection, because that layout will be in front of the client, that's why set selection 0. Similarly for the remaining 4 spinners, okay, G3, G4, G5, G6, okay, and the operation equal to insert, okay. See what are the records. First of all, we should open the database. Database is in the D drive, studs grades, okay. Open the database. Database should be opened and we will view the records stud marks. Yeah, enrollment number is like this 1034. Yeah, it is on way of installation. So an options menu will appear, and in options menu there are two options for updating and searching. We will ask client for the enrollment number to which he wants to update the, for which he wants to update the record, okay. So as you can see here, an options menu is appearing. I will select update grade. On clicking on update grade, a dialog box should be appear. Okay, now let me enter 101, which I know that it does not exist. Submit. No such record exists. Okay, so in this case, if the record is not found, we should also correct the operation and make it insert again, okay, in case no records are found. So we have searched for the record here, okay, no such record exists. So here we should make the operation as again insert, okay, because it may happen that client will enter a new record because the layout is having empty views, okay. So now record has 1034 enrollment number, okay. Again clicking on the options menu and selecting update grade will make the operation as update. Now here I will enter the correct enrollment number and click on submit. So the output of the application is in front of us, and you can see here the record which I have opted to update is appearing properly. So let me see, let us see what are the grades AA, AB, BB. Yeah, we can check here AA, AB, BB, CC, BC, AA. Yeah, all the grades are appearing perfectly. Now let us check, change the grade of semester 1 as BB, okay, and semester 6 as also BB, okay. Also we have to check that this enrollment number and name are not modifiable. Yeah, they are disabled. Now clicking on submit. Grades updated successfully. Let us check whether the grades are updated or not. Let us again copy the save the database again, data, com.example.my application database student grades, save as in D drive. Okay, I will save it in D drive. Yes, overwrite it, replace it. Again we will open the database stud grades, open, and yes, BB. Yes, our operation has worked perfectly as per our expectation. So it was the update operation of the database that we have just performed, and now the operation which is to be performed, that is search operation. Okay, so it was update operation, and let's now move to the next part of this. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, till that, again watch the video and do practice and perform the operation and code that I have performed here. Okay, till that, goodbye, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you for watching.